Really, really interesting story coming out of Iran. A video blew up on the internet of some young people dancing around and singing along to the Pharrell Williams song Happy, which unfortunately is played 24 fucking 7 here, but I digress. So I would play you some of their video, but I might get the segment pulled off YouTube if I do. So instead, we'll just talk about it. And what happened is, the story behind it is fascinating. What happened after they put the video up? The response of the conservative religious forces was way over the top. So they called up the people who were in the video. They called them up on the phone. They told them their friend suffered an accident and they needed them. Okay, just a gross move. So that lured them to a place where they were all arrested for doing the video. Let's pause there. Arrested for singing and dancing. What the fuck? And look, this isn't just, oftentimes when we talk about stuff like this, some people will dismiss it as, it's just a Western point of view. It's just a difference of opinion. No. It's not just a difference of opinion. It's not just a Western point of view. It's a matter of being a dick versus not being a dick. If your government arrests you for dancing and singing on video, that government full of dicks, full of assholes, okay? Full of bad people who really aren't deep thinkers and who hate freedom. Okay, so, but the story gets even more interesting. The police chief called the video a, quote, vulgar clip which hurt public chastity. Our dear youths should try to avoid these kinds of people, like actors, singers, and these kinds of problems. Try to avoid it. So apparently anybody who's involved in the arts is a bad person. There's no question about it. It doesn't matter what their actions are. No. If you're an actor, if you're a singer, if you like freedom, if you're a creative person, no. You're a problem and you should be avoided. And I love, again, this is the irony of, they have no self-perception. This is the same thing that we saw. Remember the story we did? Well, it might have been yesterday where we talked about, maybe 2 days ago, the Iranian woman who, she's an actress and she kissed some filmmaker on the cheek at a recent film festival, and the Iranian government released a statement. They're like, how dare she besmirch the good name of Iranian women all around the world, and they said the same thing, offend the public chastity and the purity of what a woman is supposed to be, or however they worded it. And it's like, dickheads, she's not the problem. What you're doing right now is the problem. Your response is the problem. This response is the problem. How you're so arrogant in your idea that, this is vulgar and you're hurting public chastity. You're making Iranians look bad. No, you're making Iranians look bad. Look at what you're saying. Look at what you're doing. You're saying the government, should crack down on all, creative freedom. And if you disagree with us, you're the ones that are bad people. But you're the one that's cracking down on them. You're the one that's anti-freedom. Isn't it you that's the bad person? There's no self-perception. It drives me crazy. And, if you really want to break it down to a bottom line perspective, they were arrested for being happy. That's such a perfect metaphor for, what fundamentalist religion does to people. Are you happy? Are you enjoying yourself? Are you singing and dancing? Are you free? Something's wrong with that. We need to crush you immediately. All right, that's your way of thinking. Please sit back and relax and watch us kick your ass up and down the field of ideas, because you can't beat us with that way of thinking. Now, it wasn't just the singing and dancing that were supposedly immoral. It was also the fact that the women in the video weren't covered. Yeah, see, in Iran, you still need to walk around covering yourself if you're a woman, because if a guy sees your pinky finger, he might bust a load in his pants because they're weak punk bitches over there. Well, everybody was released from custody except the director. The director is still in custody, at least right before I came on air, he was still in custody. And around the time that they were released, here's the only bright spot in this story, okay? around the time that they were released, President Hassan Rouhani, who of course recently elected, he's a moderate. He's the one that's opened up, communication with the West, and they want to do a nuclear deal, and he's as liberal as you can get being a president in Iran. That's for sure. He tweeted, quote, #happiness is our people's right. We shouldn't be too hard on behaviors caused by joy. So that's him saying, whoa. What's happening right now? Did you really arrest these people for doing that? And, of course, there's wide speculation that he might have been involved in freeing them. See, there's a battle going on in Iran between the old guard, the religious forces that took over in the 1979 revolution, and they're very fundamentalist Islamic, and they're very conservative in their ways and so-called traditional in their ways, and they still run the show in a lot of ways. But then the government itself and President Rouhani, he's more moderate. He wants to take the country in a more democratic direction. I'm not going as far as to say, positively democratic and westernized in his view, but he's done a pretty fucking good job so far, And for him to tweet that out, and again, widely speculated he had them released and hopefully punish the people who arrested them, that is a good sign. It's a terrible story overall because these poor kids had to go through this fiasco. Like, really? You're going to fucking punish people for enjoying themselves and for not, falling in line with your ridiculous dogma? But the only bright spot is that Hassan Rouhani stepped up to the plate a little bit and is fighting back against the old mindset that's still pervasive over there.